Hello, everyone. Welcome to another free video lesson from Virtual Force Staffing Corp. And today we will be discussing Introduction to Effective Communication for Virtual Assistants, your gateway to mastering the art of communication into the virtual world. So again, this is free, and it is our goal to actually empower all virtual assistants, especially aspiring ones or new to the industry of virtual assistants. We want to empower them by giving the right information. So, why effective communication? There is actually a common misconception about effective communication for virtual assistants. So, it isn't just about speaking like a news anchor or worrying about having an accent. It's not about being a grammar guru or having a vocabulary that is a very rich vocabulary. It's about something much simpler and we believe yet incredibly powerful. What you do need is to understand that effective communication is like a secret language. It's the art of making sure your message gets across crystal clear, whether it's through emails, phone calls, or video calls. So it's about connecting with people from all walks of life, from every corner of the world, and making them feel understood. It's about building trust, especially in the virtual assistance business. So don't let anyone tell you that effective communication is all about a fancy language or accent. It's about being real, being you, and making your virtual world a place where everyone feels heard and valued. So let's dive into this journey together where your unique voice is your most powerful tool. So in this lesson, what we will talk about in this lesson is understanding the role of a virtual assistant. And then we will also talk about types of communication. We have written, verbal, nonverbal, and then clear and concise written communication, and professional phone and video etiquette. In the next part of our free lesson, we will also be discussing building rapport with clients, time management and prioritization, cultural sensitivity and diversity, conflict resolution, and using communication tools. And then we will be discussing about feedback and continuous improvement, data privacy and security, conclusion and recap. We will also be providing additional resources, and also we'll try to have another video or a separate video for question and answer sessions. Okay, and again, hello everyone. My name is Daylin. I'll be your presenter today. I'm the founder of Virtual Force Staffing Corp. And Virtual Force is based in Canada, but we have developed a pool of vetted and tested virtual assistants from the Philippines. A little bit something about us. It's our company was established just this year, 2023. And as an entrepreneur myself, I recognize the need for virtual assistants or VAs who could help with the growing demands of entrepreneurship, hence the birth of Virtual Force Staffing Corp. Our mission is to provide businesses with a reliable and talented virtual workforce that can help them grow and succeed. And our vision is to be the leading provider of virtual workforce solution, helping businesses around the world achieve their goals. Our goal is to provide high quality assistance at an affordable price while helping our clients achieve their business goals. Again, this is not about us. This is about you learning effective communication for virtual assistants. So let's dive in. Our training objective is this introduction video lesson is to provide virtual assistants with a clear understanding of the importance of effective communication in their virtual assistant role. So by the end of this free video, you will recognize the significance of clear and concise communication and then understand the types of communication involved, and be motivated to enhance your communication skills to excel as a virtual assistant. Why is this topic significant? So, effective communication lies at the heart of success in the virtual assistant role. In a rapidly evolving remote work landscape where geographical boundaries are blurred, or um, understanding the nuances of communication is very important. The significance of this topic lies in equipping virtual assistants with the skills and knowledge necessary to bridge physical gaps, adapt to diverse client needs, and mitigate misunderstanding in a digital environment. So, mastering written, verbal, and nonverbal communication ensures that virtual assistants can not only excel in their multifaceted roles, but also foster trust, professionalism, and satisfaction among clients and colleagues. So who is this for? This free lesson is, of course, for virtual assistants who are already serving clients. It serves as a foundation resource or a foundational resource for virtual assistants who want to enhance their communication skills to excel in their roles. Whether you're a seasoned virtual assistant or just starting, this free lesson or introduction lesson will be really helpful to you. Again, aspiring virtual assistants, individuals aspiring to become virtual assistants can benefit from this course by acquiring essential communication skills and understanding the roles nuances before entering the field. So this will serve as their guide if should you decide to become a virtual assistant, or um, is this career really for me? This can help you. Okay. And moving on, this is also for professionals transitioning to virtual work. Professionals transitioning from traditional office roles to remote work environments can take this course to adapt their communication skills to the demands of virtual assistants. So we have a lot of we have a lot of new virtual assistants who are career shifters, or who just changed career from working in a BPO to becoming a virtual assistant, or working the traditional 9 to 5 job to becoming a virtual assistant, where they can work at the comfort of their own home. Also, this is also for managers and business owners. Managers and business owners who collaborate with virtual assistants can gain insights into the communication dynamics of remote work, helping them effectively manage virtual teams and optimize productivity. What are the benefits of this training, this introductory training? Of course, enhanced communication skills. Participants who develop a strong foundation in written, verbal, and nonverbal communications, allowing them to convey messages clearly, professionally, and of course, with confidence. And also, this can improve client and team relationships. Mastery of communication techniques will enable virtual assistants to build strong and trust-based relationship with clients and colleagues, facilitating smoother collaboration. Of course, adaptability in a global work environment, understanding the diverse role of a virtual assistant and mastering communication tools will prepare participants to work effectively with clients and teams from various industries and time zones. So, what is the importance of effective communication? Number one is, of course, client satisfaction. It is always our goal as a virtual assistant to satisfy our clients or customers. So effective communication leads to satisfied clients. When clients feel understood and well informed, they are more likely to trust your abilities and continue working with you. And also task efficiency. Clear communication reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings and errors, resulting in more efficient task executions and better outcomes. Relationship building. So building rapport through effective communication not only fosters trust, but also opens the door to long-term, mutually beneficial relationship. And of course, time management. So when you communicate effectively, it will help you manage your time better. Okay. Ensuring that you can meet deadlines and respond promptly to client needs as a virtual assistant. Conflict resolution. Communication is really the best weapon to effective to resolving conflicts. So effective communication skills are essential for resolving conflicts professionally and maintaining positive client relationships. Data security. Proper communication practices are crucial for protecting client data and maintaining the highest standards of data privacy and security. So our clients, as virtual assistants, our clients entrust us with all their company's information, all their businesses information. So if we practice proper communication, we can protect client data and maintain the highest standards of data privacy and security, which can also satisfy our clients. Another training benefits is increased productivity. Clear communication reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings and errors, leading to enhanced task execution and improved productivity in virtual assistant roles. And professional growth. So as participants become, as you become proficient in communication, you will position yourself for professional growth and advancement in the virtual assistance field, potentially leading to increased job opportunities and higher income potential. Having an effective communication is really an edge for you um, to to have increased job opportunities and earn more. And then client satisfaction. Effective communication minimizes the chance of miscommunication, ensuring that clients' needs are met accurately and efficiently, leading to higher client satisfaction and, of course, potential referrals. Okay, so more on the benefits. Again, versatility. Participants will acquire skills that are transferable to a variety of professional settings, making them versatile and adaptable in an ever-changing virtual work landscapes. And competitive advantage, like I mentioned earlier, you'll have an edge as a virtual assistant with refined communication skills. Participants gain a competitive edge in the virtual assistant market, increasing their value to clients and employers. Now, let's move on to our next topic or first topic, which is understanding the role of a virtual assistant. Okay, so I assume you already know the role of a virtual assistant, but just for everyone's knowledge, especially those who are very new in the virtual assistants industry. So in this session, we're starting at the foundation, understanding the role of a virtual assistant and why clear communication is the key to success in this career. Defining the virtual assistant role. As a virtual assistant, understanding the depth of your role is essential for success. So let's break it down. First is administrative support. So virtual assistants often handle administrative tasks such as managing emails, scheduling appointments, booking travel arrangements, and organizing documents, which all entails for you to have an effective communication. They act as the administrative backbone for their clients, for employers. And also, one of the virtual assistant roles is communication management. This includes like managing emails, responding to inquiries, and handling communication on behalf of the client. Virtual assistants ensure that messages are organized and responded to promptly. So for data entry and management, Virtual assistants, you will be tasked sometimes with data entry, data organization, and data analysis. They help maintain accurate records and databases. Of course, content creation. Some virtual assistants are responsible for content creation, including writing blog posts, articles, social media updates, and marketing materials. This role may require writing skills and creative thinking. Social media management. Virtual assistants may manage social media accounts, including posting updates, responding to comments, and analyzing engagement metrics. And customer support, that's why communication is really important, especially if you're handling customer support. Providing customer support via email or chat is another common role. Virtual assistants may handle customer inquiries, troubleshoot issues, and ensure customer satisfaction. And also, virtual assistant can be project managers. Some virtual assistants take on project management responsibilities, overseeing and coordinating tasks, deadlines, and team members to ensure projects are completed successfully. And research, conducting research on various topics, from market research to competitor analysis, is often part of virtual assistants' role. They provide valuable information to support decision making. There are also specialized services like graphic design, web development, bookkeeping. Um, these are specialized skills for virtual assistants, and also client relations. So you see why communication is really important, because as virtual assistant, you will also handle client relations. So building and maintaining relationships with client is crucial. Virtual assistants may act as the primary point of contact, ensuring that client needs are met and expectations are exceeded. Okay, you can also be a time manager as virtual assistant. So effective time management is essential. Virtual assistants, you must know how to prioritize tasks, meeting deadlines, and ensure that your work aligns with the client's goals. So technical support. Virtual assistants can be technical support, providing technical support such as troubleshooting, um, setting up digital tools is part of the role for some virtual assistants. And also email marketing. Virtual assistants can manage email marketing campaigns, including creating and scheduling newsletters, segmenting email lists, and analyzing campaign performance. And there's a whole lot more. You can also be an e-commerce support. Virtual assistants can assist with e-commerce tasks such as product listings, order processing like Shopify, inventory management, and customer service for online stores. You can also be a content editor and proofreader. You can review and edit written content for grammar, style, and accuracy, ensuring that it meets high quality standards. And also event planning. Virtual assistants may assist in planning and coordinating virtual or physical events, including webinars, conferences, and workshops. So there's really a lot of things that a virtual assistant can do. You can also be a financial manager, which handles financial tasks such as bookkeeping, invoicing, expense tracking, and financial reporting. You can also be a travel planner. You can research and book travel arrangements, including flights, accommodations, and transportation for business or personal trips. And the lead generation is another task that a virtual assistant can do. You may assist in generating leads by researching potential clients or customers, collecting contact information, and initiating outreach efforts. Okay, transcription and translation. Virtual assistants with language skills may provide transcription services for audio or video content. and offer translation services for multilingual communication. You can also you can also maintain a website or website maintenance. Some virtual assistants are responsible for maintaining and updating websites, including adding content, troubleshooting technical issues, and ensuring the site security. And SEO and digital marketing, SEO or search engine optimization. Virtual assistants may assist with search engine optimization, keyword research, social media management, and online advertising campaigns. And many, many more. HR support. You can also support human resources or provide human resource support by assisting with recruitment, onboarding, employee communication, and HR documentation. Also in the legal assistance field, VAs or with a legal background can offer legal research, contract review, and administrative support to law firms or legal professions or legal professionals. Healthcare support. In the healthcare industry, virtual assistants may handle medical billing, appointment scheduling, patient communication, and medical transcription. You can also be a real estate VA. You can assist real estate agents with tasks like managing listings, coordinating showings, and communicating with clients. Also, video editing and multimedia production. You can also be an educational support or education support. Virtual assistants may provide tutoring, lesson planning, grading, and administrative support for educators and educational institutions. Okay, so types of communication for virtual assistants. Moving on to the next topic. Now, since we want to focus on more on communication, our first topic is the types of communication for virtual assistants. In this session or in this portion, we'll explore written communication, verbal communication, and nonverbal communication in depth, providing you with practical insights and strategies to master each of these communication forms. So there are three: written communication, verbal communication, and nonverbal communication. So let's first dive into written communication. First is email. Of course, email is your primary tool, and effective email communication is non-negotiable. This is really an important skills. Important communication skills is like creating emails, crafting compelling emails. So start with compelling subject lines to grab attention. In the body, structure your message logically, use a professional tone, and get to the point. We have this common cliche of making it short and sweet email. So always be mindful of clarity and conciseness. Remember, a well-organized email makes life easier for both you and the recipients. There's a very wide topic also when it comes to email and email marketing or crafting effective emails. So be proactive in researching more or finding more or looking for more lessons about emails. Okay. So another communication tool or is messaging apps. Quick chat tools like Slack or WhatsApp play a crucial role in real-time communication. These are commonly used in the virtual assistance world. So find the balance between informality and professionalism. Keep messages concise but contextually clear. Don't forget to maintain proper etiquette. Even in chat, professionalism matters. Okay. Reports and documentation. So there will be times that a client will ask you some reports and document stuff. Okay. So reports aren't just data. They're a reflection of your work. So learn to create reports that are not only informative, but also visually appealing. Use charts, graphs, bullet points to simplify complex information. Effective documentation ensures that everyone is on the same page and that your work is transparent. The client will really appreciate that if you can present a very good report or very effective documentation too. So let's move on to verbal communication. So after written communication, let's move on to verbal communication. We have this, what we call phone etiquette. So phone calls are like mini meetings. Start with a professional greeting like, hey, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon. So during the conversation, practice active listening by acknowledging what's being said and asking questions for clarity. Your tone should be friendly yet professional, and make sure to summarize key points before ending the call. Okay, that's very important. Again, make sure to summarize key points before ending the call. Next is video calls. Video call add a visual layer to your communication. So you have to dress appropriately, okay? Even if you're just working from home during interviews or during meeting with clients, if you're working alone or if you're not on a video call, that's fine. But if client requests for a meeting or if you're having a video call, you have to dress appropriately, okay? And or dress properly. Choose a neutral background and ensure good lighting. Maintain eye contact by looking into the camera and not the screen. Another is you have to speak clearly. So like phone calls, you also have to speak clearly during video calls and use visual aids when necessary. Engage actively in the conversation and remember that your body language is visible. So they can see your body language and you also have to engage actively in the conversation. Okay. Tackling tough talks. This it's very common, especially when you're dealing with clients. Okay. Challenging discussions are part of the job of a virtual assistant, and that's a fact. So whether it's delivering unwelcome news or discussing a problem, approach these conversations with empathy and professionalism. So use I statements to express your viewpoint and actively listen to other parties' perspective. I think, I I assume, I suppose. So just use the word I statement, okay, in expressing your viewpoint. Aim for a solution-oriented approach and maintain a constructive tone throughout. So let's move on to nonverbal communication. What is nonverbal communication? One of the nonverbal way to communicate is through our body language. So while video calls limit what others can see, body language still plays a role. So be aware of your gestures and facial expressions because they can see it. Smile to convey friendliness, use hand gestures thoughtfully, and maintain good posture to exude confidence. Okay. And of course, your tone. Okay. You have to understand that tone matters. It can make or break you or make or break the statement when it comes to your tone. So your tone of voice can convey more than words. Use it to express empathy, assertiveness, or confidence depending on the situation. Okay. And then you have to speak clearly and at a moderate pace and avoid a monotonous tone. You have to have your peaks and valleys. If you're trying to give empathy or you're trying to comfort someone, your tone shouldn't be that happy. So your tone can really convey more than words. Okay. It also depends on the situation. Okay, fostering trust. Trust is the foundation of virtual relationships. So this is why all these types of communication is really important. Okay, nonverbal cues contribute to building and maintaining trust. Consistency in your tone and demeanor, both in writing and during calls, fosters reliability. Your nonverbal cues should match your words to establish authenticity. Okay, so let's move on to clear and concise written communication. In the world of virtual assistants, your ability to communicate clearly and concisely in writing is very important. So it's how you convey information, clarify details, and ensure that tasks are executed accurately. So let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the essentials of clear and concise written communication. All right. So first is let's discuss about crafting effective emails and messages. Okay, although this is a very wide topic, and I'll try to discuss just the introduction for email for crafting effective emails and messages. Okay, so you have to start with a clear subject line. Your subject line should give recipients a glimpse of the email's content. Be specific, and if it's urgent, mention it. It has to be relevant. Your subject line has to be relevant with the body of your email, okay? And then the structure of your email. Use a logical structure into the body of your email. Start with a greeting like hello, hi, or I hope you're doing a great day. I hope you're doing great today, or I hope you're doing well. So something like that. Start with a greeting, followed by the main content, and end with a polite closing, like regards, or sincerely yours, or warm regards. Okay, and or thanks. That can be a polite closing too. Okay, bullets or numbered lists can help break down complex information. Of course, it's very important to get to the point. In our fast-paced virtual world, people appreciate brevity. State your purpose or message concisely in the opening sentences. Avoid unnecessary fluff. Again, clients are business owners, right? So most of them are most of them have various businesses, and maybe they have a lot of virtual assistants too that they manage. So their time is really precious. That's it. So you have to avoid unnecessary stuff, or you have to be direct. Okay, get to the point, because it's a fast-paced environment, or it's a fast-paced world that we live in. And of course, your tone must always be professional. Maintain a professional tone throughout. Avoid slang or overly casual language, especially with clients. Okay. Clarity is key. Clearly articulate your thoughts. If the email requires specific actions, make them explicit. If you have questions, ask them in a straightforward manner. And of course, relevant attachments. I'm very guilty of this one. So sometimes I say to my email, please see attached, but I forgot to attach something. Okay. Now, good thing that most of email platforms have this feature. When you mention the word attachment, they will remind you, hey, you might have forgotten to attach something. So that's cool. If you're sending attachments, ensure that they are relevant to the email's contents, and then mention the attachments in your message. Okay, so another purpose of having an effective communication skills is to avoid misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Okay, so how to avoid misunderstandings and misinterpretations? Okay, you have to reread first before sending. All right, this is very important. I know you're always in a hurry. You always, sometimes we want to finish the task right away, but it's also very important, or I think it's worth rereading your email before sending it. Okay. Before hitting send, take a moment to review your message. How does it sound? How does it sound to you? Like listening, sometimes I listen to my own message loudly. If I'm thinking, what will the recipient feel if I send this email? Okay. So ensure that it conveys your intended message clearly. Next is consider the recipient. Think about how the recipient might interpret your words. Be mindful of cultural differences and potential sensitivities. And use emojis thoughtfully. Actually, emojis are not very professional, but sometimes we use that just to convey that, like a smiley emoji. Those are okay. Okay, as long as it's relevant. Emojis can add nuance to your messages, but they can also be misinterpreted, so be careful, okay? Use them judiciously and avoid overloading your messages with them. You're not writing a TikTok content or you're not writing a Facebook content. You're conveying your message. So use emojis carefully and thoughtfully, okay? Now, next is acknowledge and clarify. Okay, this is also one of the best ways to actually avoid misunderstanding. If you receive a response that seems ambiguous or unclear, don't hesitate to seek clarification. Can you, let's say, for example, you don't understand what the client wants, be very um, be sure to ask questions. Always ask questions. Don't hesitate to clarify the message. It's better to double check and ensure everyone is on the same page rather than repeating the task. Okay. All right, so let's move on to proofreading and editing, which is also one of the ways or one of the steps to avoid misunderstanding and misinterpretations. Spell check. Most email and messaging platforms have built spell checkers. Use them to catch obvious typos. Make sure that they're on or they're activated. It's in your settings, so make sure that the feature is on in your email and messaging platforms. Okay. Read aloud. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes we have to read aloud our emails or our own messages. Reading your message aloud can help you spot awkward phrasing or missing words that your eyes might have missed. Okay, grammar and punctuation. Pay attention to grammar and punctuation. Ensure that your sentences are properly structured and punctuated. So you can download Grammarly Chrome extension. It's really, really helpful. They have free features, or so I always use them. So if you can, please make sure to download it as your Chrome extension. Okay. Now, conciseness. Look for opportunities to trim unnecessary words or phrases. Concise writing is often clearer and more impactful. In your editing tools, consider using online editing tools like Grammarly, like I said earlier, Grammarly or ProWriting Aid for more comprehensive checks. Okay, moving on to professional phone and video etiquette. In the dynamic world of virtual work, effective communication through these mediums is indispensable. When you're connecting with clients, colleagues, or stakeholders, your ability to conduct phone and video calls professionally can make all the difference. Okay. In this lesson, we'll explore essential strategies to ensure your calls are productive, respectful, and leave a lasting positive impression. Remember, sometimes during your first meeting with the client, during video call, um, you left a good impression. That's why client hired you. Okay. Sometimes they don't, it's not that they don't even look at your resume, but your your effective communication or your communication skills during a live phone call or during video call is can really make an impact or can really make an impression to the client to hire you. Okay, so this is really important. Okay, preparing for phone and video calls. when you have a scheduled interview, how do you prepare for phone calls or video calls? Okay, you have to test your equipment. This is really important. Before any call, you have to test your phone or video conferencing equipment. Check your camera, microphone, and speakers to ensure they're working correctly. A malfunctioning device can lead to communication hiccups. And again, remember, your clients are busy. Interviewers or recruiters are also busy. So you have to test your equipment first, okay? And then set up your environment. Choose a quiet, well-lit location for video calls. Ensure that your background is tidy and professional, free from distractions. A clutter-free environment help maintain focus. You can actually use like installed background in Zoom or in Google Meet. They have those. If you think your background is kind of messy or you don't want to show your background, you can use that. And also you can blur yourself. I mean, you can blur the background during calls too. But it is also important to set up your environment, make sure that there are no distractions, like your kids, or you really have to be in a separate room, okay? So dress the part. Um, I can't stress enough how important dressing appropriately and properly is during the interview or dressing professionally. Um, Although you're working from home, it is really important that during the interview or when you and the client have a meeting, or let's say this is your weekly meeting, at least you have to dress professionally, just as you would for an in-person meeting. Okay, so even in virtual interactions, your appearance matters and can influence how you're perceived. I always admire people like dressing up during our interviews, because it's really showing how interested they are to and how they manage their time. Like it it gives me the impression that they can manage their time well, because despite being busy or despite early schedule, they can manage to wear proper clothes or appropriate clothes for this meeting. Okay. And then prepare an agenda. For important calls, create a brief agenda to guide the conversation. It helps keep the discussion focused and ensure that all necessary topics are covered. I always write down whether I'm involved or I have big part in the meeting, or if I'm involved, I always write down something during the meeting. I write down what will be my questions, or if there's any important things that I want to be discussed in that meeting, I make sure to write it down. Okay, and then be on time. Be on time. Punctuality is crucial in virtual communication. Be ready a few minutes before the scheduled call time. Being late can create a negative impression. I'm speaking from my experience as someone who interviewed a lot of virtual assistants already. This really can make or break you. Okay. Once you're late, sometimes I'm no longer interested, or it really can make or break you as a virtual assistant. Okay. During interview, you have to be punctual at least 5 minutes before the interview. So it really brings negative impression to the client, to the interviewer, and to your customer. Okay. All right, so another important skills in communication is active listening skills. So let's move on to this topic. Now, in listening actively, you have to give your full attention. During calls, eliminate distractions, give your full attention to the speaker. You can at least look at the speaker, close unrelated tabs or apps on your computer, and put your phone on silent. Okay. Whenever I have a meeting with VAs or clients, and then I hear like a ringtone or something, their notification, it really distracts me. So I always tell them to, can you put your phone on silent, or can you turn off your phone? Because I find it, what do you call this? Disrespectful. So so different, it could be different impact to the client or to the customer. Okay. So you have to give your full attention, and then use verbal cues. Show that you're engaged by using verbal cues like, I see, I understand. Okay, please continue. Right, right, that's right. Something like that. So these affirmations indicate that you're listening and processing the information. Also, avoid interrupting. This is a no-no. So resist the urge to interrupt the speaker. Allow them to finish their thoughts before responding. Interruptions can disrupt the flow of the conversation. So, how would you feel if you're the one interrupted? Sometimes you forgot what you're going to say because you were interrupted. Okay. And then ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. It demonstrates that you're actively trying to understand the speaker's perspective. Okay. So can you clarify this for me? I might have missed it earlier. Can you please repeat that? Something like that. Okay. Now, summarize and paraphrase. So periodically summarize key points or paraphrase what the speaker has said. That's fine. So it shows that you're not just hearing, but truly comprehending the message. Okay. So it sends a good message to the speaker or to the client or to the customer. Okay. All right. Next is managing distractions. So we're all working from home. There will be a lot of distractions. Okay. There are your kids, your pets, neighbors. Okay. So a lot of distractions, even television. Okay. Even there can be really a lot of distractions in your home, or while working from home or while working remotely. So how do you manage them? Next, first is silence notifications, okay, in your phone. So turn off notifications on your computer, mobile devices to prevent incoming messages or alerts from diverting your attention. Then close unnecessary apps. Close any open applications or browser tabs that are unrelated to the call. A cluttered desktop can be distracting. Notify others. If you share your workspace with others, inform them about your call schedule to minimize interruptions. Or you can put a sign, a do not disturb sign on your door if necessary. Okay. Then stay focused. Stay mentally present during the call. Avoid multitasking or checking emails while on a call. Your full attention should be on the conversation. Next is technical backup. It's really important if you're a virtual assistant. Have a backup plan in case of technical issues. Share an alternative contact method in case the call is dropped. So if the call dropped, like you're in a Zoom meeting, if the call dropped, you can use Google Meet, or you can join via phone. Okay, so those are your technical backups. And if your internet connection failed, or if you can use like a hotspot, or you can use your mobile data, something like that. Anything, at least you have a backup. All right, so building rapport with clients. Building rapport with clients is the ability to build strong and lasting rapport. This is an invaluable skill, actually. It's not just about completing tasks, but also about creating meaningful connections that foster trust and collaboration. So, in this introductory lesson, let's explore the art of building rapport with clients, where we'll discover how to establish trust, personalize communication, and navigate challenging conversations. Okay, so establishing trust and credibility. Consistency. Consistency in your work and communication key. Consistency, let me repeat that. Okay, um let that sink in. Okay, consistency in your work and communication is key. Deliver on your promises, meet deadlines, and maintain a high standard of quality in your tasks. Okay, and honesty and transparency. Be open and honest in your interactions. If you encounter challenges or delays, communicate them promptly. Transparency builds trust. So, most in my experience, most clients are very understanding. It's just a matter of you. It's just a matter for you to be honest, okay, and be transparent. Tell them what are your issues, what are your challenges, why is it delayed, or so you have to tell them, okay, because transparency builds trust also. And then always be professional. Always maintain a high level. So professionalism or be professional. Always maintain a high level of professionalism in your written and verbal communication. Use proper etiquette and keep personal opinions and emotions out of professional discussions. Remember, don't take it personally. If the client is saying that you didn't do a great job in your task, or you have to repeat the task all over again, then do it. Don't take it personally. You have to be professional, okay? No matter how emotional you are right now, always be professional and then keep your personal opinions and emotions, okay, out of your professional career. Client-centered approach, and you have to show that you have your client's best interests at heart. Listen to their needs, ask questions to clarify their expectations, and offer solutions that align with their goals. So that's how you can get a client. Actually, it is also our one of our best strategies in acquiring clients is to really offering solutions to their pain points or to their problems as business owners. Okay, so you have to, at the onset, you have to clarify their expectations. And then if there's any issues or if there's any challenges that they're having in their business, you have to offer solutions that align with their goals. Next is responsive communication. This is very important. Respond promptly to emails, messages, and calls. So, one of the challenges of working remotely as a virtual assistant, and then you have a client from different time zone, okay? So you are expected to respond within 24 hours or less than 24 hours, okay? But if you can't respond right away, the client can understand that. As long as you let the client know about your time differences and when are you expected to respond and when are you not expected to respond, okay? Being readily available and attentive to client inquiries demonstrates your commitment. Okay, personalization in communication. Personalization in communication. Learn about your client. That's one of personalization. So take the time to understand your client's business, industry, and personal preferences. It's not just merely doing the task every day and doing what the client requests. It's also more about understanding your client's needs and your client business. It's knowing really what is the purpose, why are we doing this for the client, okay? So the more you know about them, the better you can tailor your communication or even your services. Next is use their preferred communication style. Some clients prefer concise messages, while others appreciate more detailed explanation. So get to know your clients first. Sometimes clients need to know the detailed information about your task. Some clients are really micromanagers, so you have to give them the details. If she or he is like that, then you know what to do. You have to be more concise and more detailed, and you have to give them more detailed explanations. So adapt your communication style to match theirs. Okay, that's not difficult. It's very easy. Just get to know. You just have to get to know them first. Acknowledge milestones. Celebrate achievements, anniversaries, or special occasions related to your client's business. A simple congratulatory message goes a long way in building rapport. So, again, this is part of building rapport. Um, Today is your client's business anniversary. Just a simple e-card or a simple message via email is really a good message that can go a long way in building rapport with your clients. Okay, remember names and details. All right, so in your business, you have to know the names. Who are the persons inside your team or in the business? Use your client's name in communication and remember important details they share with you. It shows that you're attentive and invested in their success. So there are really people who are bad at names. Yeah. Okay. And I'm one of those actually. That's why I always um, I always write it down somewhere, or I have a cheat sheet. Not all because we have a lot of clients, so not all of them. I don't memorize all their names and faces. So I have this cheat sheet. It's an Excel sheet actually with their names and pictures. Okay, that's how bad I am with names and also details. So customize solutions. Whenever possible, offer customized solutions that address your client's specific needs and challenges. Avoid one size fits all approaches. So what works for the other client does not mean that will work for another client. So you have to customize your approach, your how you deal with them, how you communicate with them. So avoid one size fits all approaches. Okay. All right. So next topic is handling difficult conversations. This is very common. Don't be surprised if you have difficult conversations with your client or with your customers or even with your teammates. So don't be surprised. This is normal, but it can be avoided. Okay. So stay calm and composed when you're in the middle of a difficult conversation. Maintain your composure even in challenging situations, because emotional reactions can escalate conflicts. If you need to take a quick break to, to breathe in, breathe out, to stay calm and composed, do that. Okay. Now, active listening um, can also work. So listen carefully to your client's concerns or complaints. Show empathy and let them express themselves fully before responding. Don't interrupt. Let them finish so that you will understand what they really mean. Okay. And then when they're done talking, that's the time you respond. But make sure that your response is aligned or is relevant to what the client said, because when your conversation shifts to another, it means that you didn't pay attention or you didn't listen. You just listen to yourself, or you just after to expressing what you mean. Okay. Now, which leads me to next is empathetic responses. Acknowledge your client's feelings and concerns. Use statements like, I understand how you feel to demonstrate your empathy. So, I'm really sorry about that. I understand how you feel. Those types of statements can really work. And then go to a solution-oriented approach. A solution-oriented approach is focus on finding solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Present actionable steps and alternatives to address the issue at hand. Don't dwell on problems, but find solutions. That's the solution-oriented approach. Okay. And for me personally, I always apply that to my personal life and also to my professional life. It's a solution-oriented approach. Okay. And then follow up after a difficult conversation, and then you feel or you felt that the conversation wasn't resolved in the call or during the video call, make a follow-up with your client to ensure that the issue has been resolved to their satisfaction. This reinforces your commitment to their success. Okay. So yesterday you had a difficult conversation with the client. It's not bad for you to remind him about it. Oh, by the way, about yesterday, I hope that we're good. So it's okay, okay, just to ensure that the issue has been resolved. All right, so this ends our part one of the introduction to effective communication for virtual assistants. So next, in the part two, we will discuss time management and prioritization. We have a lot to discuss in part two. So yeah, that's it for now. Please stand by for our next free video lesson or the part two of the introduction. So let me just but before I end this presentation, I'd just like to show you something, guys. Okay. And if you find value to this discussion or free video lesson, please feel free to share this. That would really so that to anyone who will benefit from this lesson, feel free to share this. Okay, so I'd like to introduce you to our Virtual Force virtual assistant courses. So this is actually where your journey can begin to becoming a proficient virtual assistant. So we are a real VA agency, and I truly believe that our courses are designed to equip you with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in this dynamic field or in this virtual assistance world. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another free video lesson from Virtual Force Staffing Corp. And this is entitled Introduction to Effective Communication for Virtual Assistants. This is actually free, and it is actually our goal to empower virtual assistants, all virtual assistants, new virtual assistants, and aspiring virtual assistants by providing right information. So without further ado, let's go to our part two of the free video lesson. If you haven't watched part one yet, I suggest or I recommend you may stop this video and go to part one on our it's on our Facebook page. Okay. So again, introduction to effective communication for virtual assistants, your gateway to mastering the art of communication in the virtual world. So what are we going to discuss today? Last topic that we discussed was building rapport with clients. Now we're moving on to time management and prioritization, cultural sensitivity and diversity, conflict resolution, using communication tools, feedback and continuous improvement, data privacy, and security. Okay, so time management and prioritization. In the world of virtual assistants, effective time management is the key to success. So to become an effective and also a successful virtual assistant, it is really important that you know how to manage your time. We'll explore how to set communication boundaries efficiently, manage multiple clients and tasks, and deal with urgent requests. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to mastering your time as a virtual assistant. Okay, so most virtual assistants can accept, because you're just an independent contractor, you can actually accept multiple clients. Now the question is how you can effectively manage your time and handle those clients effectively without compromising accuracy, turnaround time, and without sacrificing your personal life or um, your performance, your overall performance as a virtual assistant. So setting communication boundaries. One important thing is to set communication boundaries. And how will you do it? First is you have to define availability. What do you mean, or when is the time, or when is the best time you are available? What is your availability? Communicate your working hours and availability to clients and colleagues upfront. This sets expectations and helps avoid misunderstandings regarding response times. In our agency, it is really important to communicate to client right away at the onset of about our VA's availability. So just to set expectations and like what we said earlier, to help avoid misunderstandings regarding responses time. So because you have different time zones, client wouldn't be expecting you to respond right away because he or she or the client knows that you might be sleeping that time. Okay. Next is use communication tools. Leverage communication tools like email, autoresponders, or status updates on messaging platforms to indicate when you're away from your workspace or temporarily unavailable. You may set up an out of office in your email or Outlook or Gmail, or also you may also set up autoresponders in your Facebook or Facebook Messenger if you communicate with clients via Facebook Messenger. Next is prioritize communication channels. Encourage clients to use specific channels for urgent matters and others for non-urgent queries. For instance, you reserve email for non-urgent communication, and then you suggest to clients that, hey, if this is urgent, I suggest that you send me instant messaging, or you give me a call for more pressing issues. So again, define availability, use communication tools, and then prioritize communication channels. So moving on, set response times. Establish response time guidelines. For instance, commit to responding to emails within 24 hours and instant messages within a few minutes during working hours so that your clients know what to expect from you. It's okay to not respond right away as long as you've already set expectations, or your client is aware about your situation. And then regular updates. So this is really important. This is giving regular updates to clients is really important. You have to keep client informed about your progress on ongoing projects. So this not only reassures them, but also reduces the need for frequent check-ins, so that client won't be asking, hey, may I ask where are we at with this project? So you have to be proactive too in providing updates to your clients. Okay, so that's effective communication. Okay, next is, let me just move my video here. Okay, managing multiple clients. All right, so like I said, most virtual assistants can handle multiple clients, and you're allowed to do so as long as you know how to handle them or manage them effectively. Okay, so now first is you have to prioritize. Prioritization is really important. Start each day by identifying your top priorities. Allocate time to essential tasks and allocate less time to less critical ones. Next is task list, or you have to list your task. Um, Create a to-do list or task management system. categorize tasks by client or project, and regularly update your list as priorities change. So keep a list. I always recommend to write everything down, especially your task. You can just check off. It could be as simple as a notepad in your computer, or it could be a handwritten note in your notebook. So you just have to list all your tasks. Next is time blocking. Um, Allocate specific time blocks for focused work on individual tasks or projects. Avoid multitasking as it can reduce efficiency. We're planning to create a full course on time management, and time blocking is one very good technique that I personally use. Okay, so what I do is I block my time. This is really dedicated to just one task. Okay, you're not checking any emails, you're not checking your messages, just really doing one task at a time, and you're blocking that specific time for that specific task. Okay, all right, next is delegate when possible. It is all right to delegate. In fact, most virtual assistants nowadays, um, they know how to delegate now. So if you find something is overwhelming, or if you find that you can't you need support in something, it's okay to delegate that. If you have a team or access to support, delegate tasks that others can handle effectively, freeing up your time for higher priority responsibilities. Next is set realistic deadlines. Okay, so why are we saying realistic deadlines? If it's a long project, if it's a major project, you don't promise your client that it will be done within 24 hours. Okay. So you have to be realistic about what you can accomplish within a given time frame. Overcommitting can lead to stress and lower quality work. Okay. So set realistic deadlines. All right, so next topic is let's move on to our next topic, which is hold on, dealing with urgent requests. So how do we deal with urgent requests? So it always happen, you know, when you become a virtual assistant, there will be times that you will encounter urgent requests from your clients, and that's normal. Okay, so you have to you have to know how to deal with it effectively. First is assess the urgency. That's correct. Determine if the request is genuinely urgent or if it can wait. Ask for clarification if needed. So some clients would really tell you how urgent it is, that hey, this is urgent, I really need this. But it is your responsibility to actually assess the urgency if it's really that urgent. Okay. And the next is, of course, communication. You have to if you receive an urgent request that requires shifting your priorities, inform your current clients or team members of the situation and the expected delay in your response. It's all about good communication. Okay, you won't be judged, or you won't be punished if you can't finish a task right away. Okay, remember that. It doesn't make you have a good virtual assistant if you can't finish your task on time. But you have to make sure that you communicated properly. What's delaying you? What's stopping you from, or what's the delay? What's causing the delay in your task to be able to finish the task? So those are just it's all about communication. All right. Okay, next is time blocking for urgent tasks. Again, this is a very effective method when it comes to effective time management, which is time blocking for urgent tasks. Dedicate specific time blocks in your schedule for addressing urgent requests. Communicate the estimated resolution time to the client. Again, communication. Okay. Next is learning from urgency. So, after handling urgent requests, evaluate if there are ways to prevent similar situations in the future. Let's say, for example, this could have not happened if we plan it better. Okay, something like that. Or communication on how to minimize urgency. What should we do better next time to actually avoid urgency? Okay, so you have to learn from your past urgency. Next is flexibility. Being agile and adaptable is essential. Virtual assistance often entails navigating a dynamic work environment. Okay. Um, one good qualities of an effective or a successful virtual assistant is really flexibility or being flexible. Okay. You can go out of your way just to do what is expected and do whatever it takes to finish a task. All right. Okay. And then next is cultural sensitivity and diversity. Okay. Why we included this in communication? Of course, we operate in a global landscape, so interacting with clients and colleagues from different backgrounds and culture is um, is inevitable. Okay, so this topic is really important because it underlines the significance of understanding, respecting, and embracing cultural differences in your communication and work. So in this session, we'll explore how to navigate the intricate um, tapestry of cultures, adapt your communication style, and foster inclusive relationship with clients worldwide. Because we are virtual assistants, we cater to different clients from different walks of life, from different culture, from different countries. So we have to adapt our communication style based on our clients. Okay, so let's embark on this journey to become culturally sensitive and diverse virtual assistants. First is understanding cultural differences in communication. Okay, so cultural research. First is when you, like, let's say, for example, when you get a client and he or she is from different country, you have to do some research. Okay, cultural research. Begin by researching the cultural norms, customs, and communication styles of your clients and colleagues. Understand how their culture values hierarchy, directness, formality or informality in communication. Let's say, for example, very common example is using ma'am and sir. Some countries don't want to be called ma'am or sir. Okay, so those types of things. Nonverbal cues. Different culture may interpret nonverbal cues differently. For example, gestures, eye contact, personal space boundaries vary from one culture to another. So be mindful of these differences, especially during video calls. Okay, next is language considerations. Language nuances are critical. If you're communicating in a language that's not your native tongue or the client's, be aware of potential language barriers. Use clear and simple language when needed and confirm mutual understanding. Okay, and next is pace of communication. Pace of communication. So, some cultures value a slower, um, more deliberate pace of communication, while others prefer faster to the point discussions. So you really have to know how they're pacing of communications. So adapt your pace to align with your client's preferences. Does she talk slowly? Does she talk fast? Does she want on-point discussion, or does she likes doing rapport first before going to the main topic? So something like that. All right, and hierarchy and formality. Okay. Like I mentioned to you, some culture doesn't want to be called ma'am or sir. So in certain cultures, there's a strong emphasis on hierarchy and formal communication. So some culture wants to be called madam or sir. Okay. So use appropriate titles and honorifics when addressing individuals in such culture. And there are special titles in some cultures, so you have to be very aware of that. Okay. Next is active listening. Actively listen to your clients' cues and feedback. If they express discomfort or confusion, it's an opportunity to adjust your communication style. And again, at the end of the day, it's we're talking about communication here, so it's all about communication. It wouldn't hurt to ask also. Okay. Okay, and next is respecting diversity in language and customs. We are a diverse community in a virtual assistant community. We serve different clients from different part of the world. So diversity is really inevitable in our job. First is language sensitivity. So if your client communicates in a language other than your own, show respect for their linguistic preferences. Avoid making fun of accents or language errors and offer assistance when language barriers arise. Okay? Never make fun of accents, okay? Or language errors or sometimes wrong grammar. Never make fun of it. Okay? Next is cultural celebrations. Okay, so be aware of significant cultural holidays, festivals, and observances for your clients. Acknowledge these occasions when appropriate and extend greetings or well wishes. Okay, so it's like going the extra mile of being aware of their special holidays from their country. Next is diversity in time zones. Virtual assistants often work across time zones. Be considerate of your client's local time when scheduling meetings or setting deadlines. Use scheduling tools that display time zone conversions. Okay, this should be automatic. Okay, once you get a client from a different part of the world or from different country, you should install or you should bookmark a site which converts time zone, okay, or has time zone conversion features. So flexibility and adaptability. Cultivate a mindset of flexibility and adaptability. Again, as a virtual assistant, flexibility and adaptability are really good qualities when you are a virtual assistant, and those are must actually. So be willing to adjust your working hours or communication style to accommodate the needs of clients from different cultural backgrounds. All right, and the next is ask for guidance. Okay, if you're unsure of or about a specific cultural aspect, don't hesitate to ask your client for guidance. Let's say you are not aware of their culture. This is the first time you've heard about their town. So it's really more of it all boils down to good communication and rapport to your clients. Okay, they will likely appreciate your willingness to learn and adapt about their culture. Next is cultural training. So, in the cultural training aspect, you have to consider cultural sensitivity training or resources to further enhance your awareness and understanding of diverse culture. It is it is your responsibility or being proactive to actually study their culture or know more about their culture. Okay. Next is conflict resolution. All right. So conflict, I think in every situation, conflict can arise, okay, in every professional setting. And as a virtual assistant, you need to be equipped with skills to address them effectively. This topic is crucial because it empowers you to identify common communication conflicts and navigate them professionally. In this session, we'll explore strategies to diffuse tensions, find solutions, and maintain strong client relationship. So let's dive into the art of conflict resolution and become adept peacemakers in the virtual assistant world. All right, so in the picture, you will see they're having like a conflict here. So let's identify common communication conflicts first. All right, first is miscommunication. This really happens, right? Often conflicts stem from misunderstanding or misinterpretations of messages. This is actually the common root cause of miscommunication. So this can result from unclear emails. If your email is unclear, your client gave you a very vague instructions or differences in communication styles. So that's one type of conflict. All right, next is expectations misalignment. Your expectations don't align. Conflicts can arise when client expectations do not align with what you can deliver. Okay, this includes misunderstandings about project scope, timelines, or the level of service. So it is really important that at the onset, you set proper expectations, your client set proper expectations, and you as well will set proper expectations to the clients about your services. Okay, so it's actually a two-way communication. Next is communication gaps. Delays or lapses in communication can lead to frustration. When clients feel left in the dark or don't receive timely updates, conflicts may emerge. So it's really important to keep your client updated with whatever you're doing in the project. Okay, timely updates, and also don't leave them in the dark. Okay, not knowing where you at in the project. Tone and language. You know that in the early lessons, we studied or we discussed how tone matters. Okay, so the tone used in written communication, including emails and messages, can lead to conflicts. Okay, a perceived harsh tone or inappropriate language can strain relationships. So beware or what do you call this? Be mindful of how your tone is, even if it's a written communication just like emails. Okay, its tone doesn't only exist in verbal language. It also exists in your written communication, like emails and messaging. So task prioritization. If you don't know how to prioritize your task, conflicts may occur. So when clients believe their tasks should take precedence over others, managing multiple clients' priorities can be challenging, leading to disputes over task urgency. So this is one of the disadvantages of having multiple clients when you don't know how to prioritize your task. Okay, some clients might think that you're not you're not giving value to them, or they're not your first priority. So be careful with that. Okay, all right, so next topic is strategies for resolving conflicts professionally. We have strategies actually to on how to resolve conflicts, but we have to make sure it's in a professional manner or in a professional way. Okay, so, active listening again, when a conflict arises, start by actively listening to your client's concerns. So, you have to listen. Let them express their viewpoints fully without interruption. Next is empathy, like any other effective communication and good communication. You have to show empathy and acknowledge your client's feelings. Like I mentioned earlier, use phrases like, I understand how you feel. I can see why you might be frustrated. I know where you're coming from. Those types of empathetical words. Okay. And then this is really important, clarification. Clarify. Learn to clarify. Seek clarity by asking open-ended questions and encouraging your client to share their perspective. This helps pinpoint the root of the conflict. Okay, next is in the middle of a conflict, what will you do? You have to stay calm. Stay calm, breathe in, breathe out, maintain your composure, and avoid emotional reactions. Emotional responses can escalate conflicts, so stick to facts and solutions. Okay, and then propose solutions. Okay, collaboratively work on finding solutions instead of you and the client um, stuck in a conflict. Why not work together to find solutions? Okay, so be open to compromise and explore different options to address the conflict's source. Now, so another common root cause of conflicts is about agreements. Okay, so you have to document all agreements. After reaching a resolution, document the agreed upon actions or changes in writing. This ensures clarity and provides a reference point for both parties. So when you encounter the same conflict next time, you've already documented how you agreed upon or what are your actions for the said for the previous conflict. Okay, so you have something to go back to, or you can actually have something to look back on. How did you resolve the conflict? And then, of course, you have to learn from your conflicts. Use conflicts as learning opportunities. Assess what led to the conflict and how similar situation can be avoided in the future. Then, conflict resolution training. Consider conflict resolution training to enhance your skills in handling disputes professionally. There are online trainings. There are actually you can be trained on how to manage conflict or how to resolve conflicts. Mediation. In situations where conflicts escalate or cannot be resolved one-on-one, consider bringing in a neutral third party to mediate the discussion. Okay, so I've had some personal experience in mediating conflict between the client and the VA because we're an agency. So, yeah, sometimes you really need a third party to mediate or to go in the middle of your conflict. Okay. Next is whatever your conflict is, no matter how whatever they say to you, you have to maintain or stay professional. You have to maintain professionalism in dealing with conflicts. Regardless of the conflict's nature, always maintain a high level of professionalism in your communication and interactions. Okay. All right. So next is let's move on to using communication tools. Okay. What are communication tools? So as a virtual assistant, effective communication is your lifeline, and the tools you can use can make all the difference. Okay, so this topic is important because it equips you with the knowledge and strategies to maximize the efficiency of various communication tools. So in this session, we'll explore the essential of email clients, messaging apps, and video conferencing platforms, along with tips for their efficient use. Okay, overview of communication tools. So email clients. Okay, email is, I think, the number one written communication tool that we use as a virtual assistant. Email clients. Email is the backbone of virtual communication. Popular email clients include Gmail, Outlook, and Apple Mail. So you have to familiarize yourself with email. And then you have to know how to use email. Um, at this age and time, I'm not sure if there's a single person in the world that still don't know how to send email. Okay, so they allow you to send, receive, and organize emails efficiently. Next is messaging apps. So instant messaging apps like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and WhatsApp facilitate real-time communication with clients and team members. They're ideal for quick updates and casual conversations. So another communication tool is video conferencing. So in video conferencing, it these are tools like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, enable virtual meetings and video conferences. They provide a face-to-face experience even when miles apart. Okay, you can actually see who are you talking with. Okay, even they're miles apart. Project management software is another communication tool. Platforms like Trello, Asana, and Basecamp help manage tasks, projects, and deadlines. They allow you to collaborate with clients and track progress. Okay, so as a virtual assistant, you have to familiarize yourself with at least these common used project management software, which are Trello, Asana, and Basecamp. Okay. Next is file sharing and storage. Tools such as Google Drive, Dropbox, and OneDrive are essential for storing and sharing files securely with clients and team members. Screen sharing, okay? So in order to communicate, sometimes you need to share your screen, like what I'm doing right now. Screen sharing tools like TeamViewer or Skype for business enable you to share your screen with clients, which is useful for presentations like what I'm doing right now or troubleshooting. Okay, so if you want to teach something to your client, or if your client is teaching you or walking you through something, screen sharing is can really be helpful. Next is tips for efficient use of tools. So, as much as we are aware of the communication tools, we have to use them efficiently or effectively. Okay. So, you have in the email, you have to organize your inbox. Yes. There are some clients who hire virtual assistant, and one of their tasks for the virtual assistant is actually just to organize their inbox. That's true. We have one client. She's a CEO, and she only wants someone that will organize her email inbox. So, yeah, implement folders, labels, or tags to categorize and prioritize emails. Use filters to automatically sort incoming messages. Next is set up email signatures. Okay. Create professional email signature that include your name, title, contact information, and a link to your portfolio or website. Use keyboard shortcuts. Okay. We have a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Okay. So learn keyboard shortcuts for common actions like composing, replying, and archiving emails. They can save you valuable time. Unsubscribe and filter. So we tend to subscribe to a lot of newsletters, to a lot of blogs, to a lot of email respondents. So learn to unsubscribe. Regularly unsubscribe from irrelevant newsletters and set up filters to automatically sort non-essential emails into folders. This is actually teaching you how to be organized. Okay. Mind messaging etiquette. In messaging apps, be mindful of the channel's purpose. Use appropriate language and avoid overloading chats with off-topic messages. Always be professional, okay? Just always be on topic. Avoid chatting off-topic messages. Schedule calls wisely. Like we mentioned earlier, you have to be very mindful of your client's time zone and vice versa. The client should be also mindful of your time zone too. So you have to respect each other's time. Okay, so when scheduling video calls, consider time zones and your client's availability. Use scheduling tools that show time zone conversions. If you don't have a time zone conversion yet, or if you haven't subscribed to a time zone conversion, there are free time zone conversion online that you can use. Okay, so familiarize with features. It all boils down to really learning your tool. Okay, if you have time, familiarize with features, explore the features of your communication tool. Um, if you're using Google Workspace, if you're using Outlook, there are actually a lot of free resources or free training videos, okay, on how to use them efficiently and effectively. So many have hidden gems like integrated calendars, task list, and also reminders. Okay, and you also have to learn to back up your files. Okay, regularly back up important files to cloud storage platforms. This ensures data security and accessibility. Next is always secure your accounts, not just your account, but also this is client's account. Okay, so you're handling sensitive information. That's why securing your account is really important. So use strong, unique passwords for your communication tools and enable two-factor authentication, the 2FA. This is very common now. Okay, for added security. And you have to keep software updated. If it sends you a notification that you have to update your software, then do it. Okay. Ensure your communication tools and related software are up to date to access the latest features and security patches. And then continuously learn. Stay updated on new features and improvements in your chosen communication tools. Again, online tutorials, webinars, free courses, free training videos in YouTube University. Okay, so those we have a lot of valuable resources. We are in a time and age where information there are just so much information, free information. Okay, it is just up to us to be proactive in learning and striving to learn more. Okay. All right, so next lesson is feedback and continuous improvement. Okay, so we always strive to learn more as a virtual assistant, and one quality of an effective virtual assistant is um, the passion to learn more. Okay, and that is through continuous improvement. So this topic is important because it guides you in seeking feedback from clients, conducting self-assessments, and staying forefront of your field. So in this session, we'll explore the power of feedback. This is asking feedback from the client. Feedback is really important. Okay, the art of self-improvement, because through feedback, um, you will know where you really stand, right? You will know what are the things that you need to improve, okay? And the importance of staying updated via continuous improvement. Okay, seeking feedback from client. So how will you seek feedback or ask feedback from the client? There is actually a better way to do that, okay? Um, Sometimes we're so shy to ask feedback from the client, and then we thought that everything's okay, but in the client's mind, she has something to tell you. So sometimes it's just her waiting for you to ask for feedback, okay? But there are clients who readily gives feedback without you even asking. All right, so regular check-ins. You have to regularly check or schedule periodic check-in meetings with clients to discuss your performance, projects, and any concerns. This provides a structured platform for feedback. So, like as agency, I schedule regular meetings with our clients to actually ask them for feedback about our virtual assistant. Surveys and questionnaires. Create surveys or questionnaires to gather feedback anonymously if clients prefer this approach. Okay. You can ask via survey. It's just as simple as a Google form. So ask specific questions about your communication, responsiveness, and task execution. And also open-ended question. Inquire about areas for improvement and any suggestions for enhancing your support. Encourage clients to be candid in their responses. Just any honest review will do. Okay. Again, active listening. We've mentioned this a lot of times. Um, it's not just about you communicating or talking, but also you learning how to listen. Okay. So that's effective communication. During discussions, actively listen to your client's feedback without defensiveness, okay? Without defending yourself right away. Let them share their thoughts and concerns fully. Okay, and the next is implement feedback too. Act on constructive feedback promptly. If clients suggest changes or improvements, demonstrate your commitment to their satisfaction by implementing these suggestions. Okay, self-assessment and skill improvement. Okay, so there's always room for improvement. You just have to know how to improve. Okay, and so it starts with assessing yourself. So regular reflection. Regular reflection means you periodically or reflect on your performance. What have I done best? What are the tasks that I did very I was so slow with that task. So consider what has gone well and where's there's room for improvement. I could have done better with that project. Yeah, sometimes we think that way. So keep a journal if it helps. Okay. And the next is set goals. Um, identify specific areas where you'd like to improve and set achievable goals. For instance, you might aim to enhance your email communication or time management skills. Then setting goals is really important. So next is online courses and workshops. So we always suggest that you always enroll to online courses. There are many online courses that are free. There are workshops that are free. If you don't want to spend money, you can just enroll in those online courses for free. Okay. So explore online courses, workshops, and webinars related to virtual assistants, communication skills, and time management. Continuous learning is essential. You have to continually learn. Okay. Okay, and the skill development, invest time in honing your skills. For example, if you identify a need to improve your graphic design skills for social media management, then enroll in a design course. Okay, be proactive. And then feedback loop. Create the feedback loop with yourself. After implementing changes, assess the impact on your performance and adjust your strategies accordingly. So moving on, next topic is staying updated with communication trends. So what are the future trends in communication? Okay, first is industry news via industry news. So regularly read industry news and publications related to virtual assistants and communication. This keeps you informed about emerging trends. So keep updated. Join our Facebook group so you will be updated with the industry news. And then via social media. So follow thought leaders and experts in virtual assistants communication, and related fields on social media platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter. And joining online communities or forums where virtual assistants share insights, experiences, and tips. There are a lot of online communities out there. So engage in discussions, ask questions, or share ideas. Okay, um, and engage in discussions to learn from peers. Webinars and conferences. Attend webinars, virtual conferences, and seminars focus on communication trends. These events often provide valuable insights. And then subscribe to newsletters. You may want to do that. Subscribe to newsletters from reputable sources that provide updates on communication tools and best practices. Also, learn to experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment with new communication tools or techniques. Embracing change can lead to improved efficiency and effectiveness, okay? And also continuous improvement. All right. Next, another aspect in effective communication is actually data privacy and security. You might be surprised, why did you see this here? Data privacy and security. So it's actually safeguarding sensitive information. And this topic is important because it will equip you with the knowledge and practices to protect client data and maintain the highest standards of security. And also, you're handling clients' most sensitive data. So we'll have to explore the critical aspects of data encryption, secure communication, how to communicate securely, and the best practices to ensure the confidentiality and integrity of client information. So let's go and let's dive into the world of data privacy and security and strengthen our role as vigilant virtual assistants. So protecting client information and data, okay? Data encryption. Have you heard of data encryption? So data encryption, so use encrypted communication channels, both for emails and messaging apps. End-to-end encryption ensures that only the sender and recipient can access the content. Some clients have data encryption features, but most of our clients don't. So it really depends on your client. And sometimes if you're careful enough, you can have your own data encryption. Okay. Now, secure passwords. Create strong, unique passwords for all of your accounts and communication tools. Consider using a reputable password manager to generate and store passwords securely. Now, our two-factor authentication or 2FA, which is very common now. So you have to enable 2FA wherever possible. This adds on extra layer of security by requiring you to enter a one-time code sent to your mobile device. Data backups. Regularly backup client data to secure cloud storage platforms. Ensure that backups are automated and encrypted. And of course, our firewall and antivirus software, if you have one, you have to install and update firewall and antivirus in your laptop or computer on your devices to protect against malware and cyber threats. So access control. Limit access to client data only to those who need it. Use permissions and access controls to ensure that sensitive information is not accessible to everyone. Physical security. If you work with physical documents, keep them in a secure location, okay? Such as locked filing cabinet, shred or securely dispose of documents when they are no longer needed. And then client contracts. In your client contracts, include clauses about data protection and confidentiality in your client contracts. Ensure that client understand how you handle your data. Regular updates. Keep your operating system, software, and communication tools up to date with the latest security patches. Okay, so moving on, let's discuss best practices for secure communication. So use encrypted channels. Always choose communication tools and platforms that offer end-to-end encryption. Popular secure options include Signal for messaging and Zoom for video conferencing. So secure file sharing. When sharing files, you have to use secure file sharing platforms that offer encryption and access control. Password protect sensitive files before sharing them. Next is secure email. If email is your primary means of communication, you have to consider using encrypted email services like Proton Mail or implementing email encryption tools. Avoid public Wi-Fi. So this is a no-no when you're servicing a client. Refrain from using public Wi-Fi networks for sensitive communication. If you must, you have to use a private or virtual private network, which is your VPN, for added security. Clear conversations. Delete or archive sensitive messages promptly. Don't leave confidential information lingering in your chat history. And of course, you have to secure all your devices. So ensure that all your devices, computers, smartphones, tablets, are locked with strong, unique passwords or PINs. Okay, and then beware of phishing. So be vigilant about phishing attempts. Verify the authenticity of emails or messages from unknown sources before clicking on links or downloading attachments. Beware of the links that are being sent to you from unknown resources or from unknown sources. Log out from shared devices. Okay. So make it a habit to always log out from shared devices. If you borrowed someone's laptop or computer, you have to make sure to log out completely. Okay. If you use a shared computer or device, always log out of your accounts and ensure that browsers do not save your login credentials. Next is education and training. Stay informed about current cybersecurity threats and train yourself in recognizing and responding to potential security risk. Incident response plan. Develop a plan for responding to security incidents such as data breaches or cyber attacks. Know how to report incidents to clients and authorities. Okay, so we're almost done. I'd like to summarize all our key takeaways. Thank you so much for your time and for listening. I hope you learned a lot and you got a lot of, or you've found this valuable. You've gained so much value from this free video lesson. Remember, this is just an introduction, but we find this very valuable, especially practicing effective communication in your virtual assistant's career. So, what are our key takeaways in this lesson? So, throughout this lesson, effective communication for virtual assistants, we've explored various facets of communication that are fundamental to your success in this role. So, let's just have a quick recap. Again, understanding your role. As a virtual assistant, your role is dynamic and versatile. So you're not just a task executor, you're a problem solver who adapts to diverse client needs. Also, clear communication. Okay. Clear and concise communication is the cornerstone of virtual assistants. It ensures that instructions are understood, expectations are met, and tasks are completed effectively. Now, just a recap, what are the types of communications? We have written communication, verbal communication, and nonverbal communication. And also, building rapport is really essential. Building strong client relationship is essential. Establish trust, personalize your communication, and handle difficult conversations with professionalism. Cultural sensitivity and diversity. Okay. Embrace cultural differences, respect diversity in language and customs, and adapt your communication to meet the needs of clients from various backgrounds. Conflict resolution, we've also discussed that. Develop skills in identifying common communication conflicts and resolving them professionally. Active listening, this is number one that we always say about active listening. Empathy and finding solutions are key. Using communication tools effectively and efficiently, we've also discussed that. The use of email, messaging apps, and video conferencing to enhance your productivity and effectiveness. Of course, receiving feedback and continuous improvement. So always seek feedback from clients, assess your own performance, and continuously improve your skills. Stay updated with communication trends and remain adaptable. And last but not the least is about data privacy and security. So protect client information and data with encryption, secure passwords, and best practices for secure communication. Okay. So there you have it. Okay, so these are our course again. These are available. Um, Go to our Facebook page. Please click the link. These are really good course. We are this is actually crafted and designed or made, created and crafted by a real virtual assistant agency based here in Canada. So this will really ensure that you learn from the best and a real VA agency to thrive in the virtual assistant business. Okay. And we have the virtual assistant accelerator. We have in this course 10 modules, quizzes, templates, and other bonuses. And also we have the virtual assistant business startup mini course. This is also good. So yeah, that's all for now. And again, it is our goal to provide you with or to empower you, especially for new virtual assistants and aspiring virtual assistants, by giving you right information. Okay. Again, please watch out, check our course, follow us in Facebook, and then please watch out for our future courses or future free video lessons that we're going to make for you. And thank you. Thank you so much. And have a great day. You keep awesome. Sorry, keep hustling and stay awesome. Thank you so much. Bye bye.